4 of the women had been fellow sorority sisters with Cate. Zeta Zeta Pi. Cate had dragged Leah and Gabby into Greek life, knowing they needed her support. Leah's extreme shyness and Gabby's money woes had made entering college challenging. Cate had tried to smooth the rough edges for her friends. Despite her mother's vehement objections to the non-traditional, Cate had elected to outfit her bridesmaids all in white, with only narrow black sashes for accent. Cate loved the crisp, modern look. In this golden moment, she knew she had made the right decision. Behind her, a gratifying crowd sat shoulder to shoulder in the honey-colored wooden pews polished by decades of worshipers. The air conditioning in the lovely, decades-old stone building labored to keep up. Cate's forehead and hands were damp. She gripped her bouquet of white roses and eucalyptus and tried to breathe. The wedding party carried calla lilies and freesias. The combined scent of the flowers in the close quarters at the altar smelled a little too funeral home for Cate's comfort. Her old hometown of Blossom Branch would have been so much more suited to Cate's love of simplicity than this big Atlanta event. But her parents had insisted they had too many friends and business associates to have their elder daughter tie the knot in a tiny, semi-rural community, no matter how charming. Why was she so nervous? Today was the culmination of her life plan. If she had made a few concessions, it was only natural. That's what grown-ups did. Unlike her parents, who fought frequently, Cate had chosen to marry her very best friend. Jason would give her security. Everything else would flow from there. Her stomach curled as the mixed floral scents intensified. She shifted from one foot to the other, desperately glad she had opted to wear ballet slippers instead of heels. Swallowing hard, she tried to focus. Then she realized something was awry. The priest had repeated a line from the script. "Jason, wilt thou have Cate to be thy wedded wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage?" The familiar words continued. Oh, God. Had she spaced out so long she'd missed her cue? Had they backed up to give her another chance? Confused, she stared at the priest. His wrinkled face reflected mild alarm and consternation. The silence grew. The priest had asked a question, and the groom was hesitating. Cate looked up at Jason. Dear, handsome Jason. They had known each other since kindergarten. He was the gentlest, most dependable, compassionate man she had ever known. His brilliant blue eyes filled with tears. She had never seen him cry. Not once. Not ever. "I'm sorry, Cate," he said. He shot the priest an apologetic glance. "Give us a minute." Jason took her hand and tugged until she had no choice but to follow him. It was a good thing she had decided a train was too fussy for her personal style. Even so, the skirt was voluminous. Somehow they dodged the giant tiers of candles and the cascading ferns and found a tiny pocket of floor space. It was hardly private. In the distance, a murmur swept over the gathered throng, like the portent of a storm. Jason cupped her face in his hands. His body was rigid, his expression distraught. A hole opened up in her chest. He kissed her softly, in apology, not passion. "I'm so sorry, Cate. This is wrong. I've known it for a while, but I couldn't seem to stop the momentum. You know it too, I think. We both let ourselves get caught up in the excitement and the way our families were so delighted for us. But we've made a mistake." The hole grew bigger, sucking all the oxygen out of her body. Little yellow spots danced in front of her eyes. "Don't do this to me," she pleaded. "I'm begging you, Jason. Don't do this. You can't. I'll never forgive you." He released her, his face dead white. They were speaking in whispers, but any one of the wedding party could easily pick up the essence of the drama. In the enormous sanctuary, no one moved. No one coughed. No one made a sound.